This is PrintHub. My name is Printlord.
Who?
And I have a problem. I can't stop printing. I cannot stop printing. I print non-stop and I don't know how to slow down. For the past months I've been printing and printing and printing, and then I did some more printing. And I've been hoarding some paints as well. Now I have to choose which model to paint. Did I say that I have no idea how to use an airbrush? Well, I don't, but I'm here to learn and I'll do what it needs to be done to paint something that I won't be ashamed of. As my first model, I think I'll go with this Terminator. It should be easy, but I know it won't. If you have any tips or tricks, please write them down in the comment section down below, and I'll check every last one of them. Let's begin the actual video. First, let me start by saying that I print on FDM printer and not resin, in case you didn't notice. I know, right? Wishful thinking. This model is 1/12 size, printed on Prusa MK4 with 0.2 mm layer height. In the future I do want a resin printer, but let's talk about that when the time comes. First time using airbrush, woohoo! I use 1:1 thinner to primer ratio. Why, you may ask? I'm not entirely sure. I just saw a lot of videos where people were using 1:1, so not knowing any better, I just used the same. First time priming! I mean, it is so satisfying. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I love it. Holding the airbrush for the first time and pulling the trigger, it is amazing. My priming technique is awful, but do I care about it? Of course I care about it. I want to get better. And how do I get better? With your help and a lot of practice. So please write down some tips, any tips that you have about priming. I will really appreciate it. As you can see, sometimes I hold the airbrush too close and sometimes too far. It's just practice. I mean, practice, practice, practice. Honest question time. How do you prime the figurine from the bottom? Do you wait for the paint to dry and then you hold the figurine and apply another, new layer from the bottom? Or do you hold the figurine with something and then prime it from the bottom as well in one go? How do you do it? Leave the comment down below. This is the result of me first time priming with airbrush. But first, let me show you this. This I made myself. I'm proud of it. It is two empty filament boxes combined together, and the insides, I guess you'll know how to do that. I just cut some boxes to pieces. Oh yeah, the alligators, I bought them from AliExpress. So the inside of the box I made like some sort of box for cats, where they sharpen their claws or something. I don't know, I don't have a cat. So this is the result. I see that I missed some small detail near the eye and a little bit on the bottom, but mostly I think it will do. For the first time using a primer and the airbrush, a solid 6 out of 10. For the base I used silver color. How did I do it? I applied it the same way I applied primer just before. Silver gave this base amazing metallic color, which I'm very happy with. Now for the boots I went with hammered copper. I'm not entirely sure why, I just wanted some brown color and this one looked good. Maybe it's too bronze, but I did like the outcome and it worked in the end. I've never painted any models with paints before and I think it tells. I'm using too much paint. As you can see, there are layers of it. Now for the skin tones. You can watch as many videos on skin tones as you want. You think you know how to do it? You have no idea. I had no idea. That's why we need practice. You can watch videos over and over and over, but without practice, at least I just couldn't do it. So I saw several videos where they advise you to start with pinkish, then go with red, then some basic flesh color, then medium, and go up. It didn't work for me. I started with pink, and you can see how pink, it just looks like some purplish color. After that, I let the pink color dry and went ahead to paint trousers. It was pretty straightforward. I just painted black on black, genius level. Now let's apply black to the shoe soles. Adding this gave me small satisfaction because I could actually see one item finished, which was shoes. So two colors blended together gave me something small but complete. For the shirt, I used black as well. Nothing fancy, nothing bright. Terminator is not some Tinkerbell to have colorful dresses. Now I come back for the skin color. Here I use flat red over pink. Does it look like flat red over pink? I don't know, but I don't think so. Even at that point I thought to myself, that looks wrong over wrong. After that disaster, I decided to move on to flesh colors. I thought they were skin for some reason. I'm not sure. Please tell me. Now this one gave me weird looking yellowish color that I obviously didn't like, but I already started, so I was like, alright, let's see where this is going. My goodness, that went nowhere. Now in my collection of paints, I found elf skin tone, and I thought to myself, well, I don't have anything to lose, let's try. Right away I knew it wasn't it, but it was much better than before. This one is too bright, too yellow for skin, and I'm not even talking about shadows or anything. Now we're going back to black to paint glasses and hair. Terminator had black hair, so we're not gonna fantasize about what color it should be. We're going with basics. We're going with what we know. Now let's add some details to the jacket. I went with silver again to paint some buttons and zippers. I also added some silver color to the glasses. It is a small detail, but in my opinion it is very important for general view of the figurine. It adds so many details. Then I went ahead and added silver to the shotgun. At this particular moment I started to see that finally my model has started to come alive. Then again I went to add some more details to the jacket. For some it might not be much, but for me it's the whole world. Everything in the details. Never underestimate the power of details. They add so much. For the bottom part of the shotgun I decided to go with earth. After applying it I understood that it was just a little bit too bright. So next time I came back with Tiny Tin from Game Color. This was it. Dark wood, that's exactly what I was looking for. At this point I was absolutely sure that I'm done with the model. It looked better than I was expecting, but of course not that good as some of the people that can actually paint. Of course I'm still not happy with the skin color, but that's something I'll have to improve over time and I will get better. Then I understood that I needed to paint his lips, so I went with vermilion because it was light pink. As soon as I applied it I understood that it was a bad choice and I removed it right away. I came back with flat red to fix the mistake. Much better. In the conclusion, I tried to weather down the shoes a little bit with some grey paint. It didn't work, but at least I tried. I'll have to understand where my problem was. Using pale grey, I tried to weather down the jacket with the same result as was with the boots. It did something, not what I was expecting, but it made the jacket more grey. As the very last pieces of attributes, I remembered that I didn't paint the belt buckle. No surprise here. I used silver, as I did with a lot of other attributes on this model. I also painted some buckles on the back of the jacket. And so, just like this, This model becomes my first step into the new world of 3D printing and painting action models.
3D prints, it's Terminator on the loose. No strings, no heart, just target and juice. Laser eyes lock on, no way to refuse. Revolution of plastic, metal, no truth. Plastic dreams in my hands, sculpture gods at my command. Layer by layer, building life. Smooth the edges, sharpen the knife. Paint my nightmares on the light. Brushstrokes whisper in the night. Colors bleed and shapes awake. Crafting heroes, hearts that break.